Welcome back. Happy to have you here this week. We're going to talk about empowering employees. And let's start with the definition of what it means to empower. Looking it up, one of the definitions is giving authority, giving somebody the authority to do something, authority over a specific task. But one definition that I found, and I loved the word picture, I guess is the way to describe it, is that you invest in power. So you're taking your authority and your power as a business owner, and you are investing it in an employee. You're moving it over and giving them not only the responsibility to do something, to take over something, to run something, head something up, but you're giving them the authority to do it. And as a leader, one of your greatest gifts is delegation. And to me, this is what delegation is. You're taking something, whether it is an idea, whether it is a department or a new product, and you are moving everything lock, stock, and barrel onto the desk, into the hands of an employee, giving it all away and letting them know, hey, I believe in you. I know that you have the skill. I know that you're willing to ask for help if you need it. And you are now in charge of this, and you have absolute responsibility for it and authority to make decisions about it. Sometimes as a business owner, that's a scary place to be. We tend to be a little bit on the controlling side. You want to know, what's getting done, everything's getting done. And I guess I should back it up. Trust. I am a trust first. I have always been. I accept people at face value, and I trust you until you demonstrate to me that I can't. Now, other people believe that trust is earned and over time, yada, yada, yada. And if that's the way you operate, then so be it. It's not how I operate. And I think part of the reason I found delegation so easy is because I trusted people. Now, let's back that up just a sec. You have a brand new employee who has not demonstrated that they have a skill in a particular area. You're not going to hand them something that requires that skill. You want to be delegating and handing off to people and empowering people to do the things that you know that they can be successful at. And a lot of times you know it before they do. And so it's a way for you to help each employee become what you know that they're capable of, is when you do delegate, when you empower them, invest with power to complete something that needs doing. You want to give them the authority to make decisions within the scope of what they're doing. It's funny when it comes to decisions. I think I've mentioned this in the podcast before, but my dad, bless his heart, the greatest woman's liver around and biggest marshmallow, he told us as kids growing up, any decision is better than no decision. And if it's not the right one, well, then change it. The paralysis, right? You have to create this environment where people, they're so excited to be empowered, to be given the responsibility, because they know that you're giving them the authority and you're also giving them the safety net of failing. Because the reality is, there are going to be times that it's a complete fail, and be okay with that. Learn from it. Don't stop the delegation. Don't stop the investing in other people on your team, investing with power, because you're afraid they're going to fail. It's like, that's all part of learning and growing. Like, Failing's okay, but you don't want to put somebody in a position where, yeah, not so sure they're quite ready for that. Well, wait until they are. You want it to be a success for them, just as much as you want it to be a success for yourself. Recognize the progress, recognize the achievement. When you're empowering, when you're giving somebody tasks that stretch them as a person, when you're giving them authority to make the decisions, when you see that things are progressing the way that you had envisioned them, make sure you let them know. On the flip side of that, if things aren't, then check in. Hey, I noticed. Do you need help? Where are you at in it? What you're thinking? Have a conversation. You're going to get so tired on this podcast of me saying, have a conversation, talk to them, communicate with them. There's nothing worse than the wondering and the not knowing for them and for you, right? When you create a collaborative work environment, you're empowering your employees to want to work together, to feel the benefit, to see the benefit of interacting with each other in a way that you can support the other person's role, what it is that they're doing. If your response to failure is negative, is anger, is frustration, is the blame game, your team is not going to be willing to take risks. Even though you invest with power, they're not going to want that because it comes with baggage. It comes with your baggage. But if you really demonstrate by your own actions that you are okay with people failing, with it being less than what you expected, and that you're all going to learn from it, the chances are that you're going to have people putting up their hands going, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I can take that on. And you want a team of people that are engaged and want to take ownership and responsibility and willing to accept the authority and own it all. I have a video inside my Leaders Grow First program, and it's, president and CEO of your desk. You want people to take charge of everything at their desk. And so when you're giving them something else to work on, they are thrilled because they understand if it's going to be, it's up to me. I have the authority. I have the skill. I have the clarity of what the job entails and what it is that the desired outcome. And I will make that happen. We go back to being clear about what you're delegating, being clear about what it is that you are trying to accomplish. And when people are crystal clear and they understand, here's the parameters, here's the scope of this project, here's what I'm responsible for, here's what I need to make the decisions about, they'll grab hold of it and they will do it. We're amazing. Human beings are amazing. They rise to the level of expectation. Just simply invite them to, instead of holding everything yourself. Delegate, get them, empower them to want to grow as human beings themselves in their role. Experiment with things. Let them know, hey, here's where we want to go. I'm not going to tell you how you need or what you need to do in order to get there. Play around with it. See what makes the most sense. Give them the leeway to discover new things, to be innovative, to be creative, knowing that you're okay with it. Where you want to get to is the issue, not the how they got there. This is what you want. So, wow, that went really fuzzy there for a minute. Excuse me, those of you that are listening. I have this on YouTube as well, and it's like, okay, that video went really wonky. Trust your employees. And I go back to, the way I operate, that's the way I operate. Not everyone does, but you have to get to that place of trust. So if your initial is not trust first, then you need to make sure that you are putting in front of people opportunities that they can demonstrate that you can trust them. So you get to that place of trust so that you can move on and empower them. You want to show them enthusiasm for people's work. We need to tell people more often that they're doing a good job. We as humans want to know that we're on the right path, we're headed in the right direction. We want that reinforcement. We want the encouragement. Some don't need a lot of it, others need a lot of it. And your job as the leader is to understand who's who and that you are giving them what they need in order to feel confident in the job that they're doing. And when they feel confident, they do feel empowered. Spend time really getting to know your people and giving them opportunity to feel empowered and give them the complete authority and responsibility to complete a task so that they can build on that. I mean, it's practice. It's like anything. It's the reps. You got to get the reps in. So the more often that you can delegate and you can empower, you invest that your power into them, the team is better together. So when everybody is operating that way, wonderful things can happen. That's it for this week. We'll talk to you again next week.